Characteristics of caregiver talk. So caregivers have a special register when they talk to infants and young children, and I'm sure you've heard of it, called Motherese. So what gets talked about? From birth to 3 months, the vast majority of topics include child's feelings and experiences, if the infant's happy, sad, sleepy, hungry, getting diapered or picked up. And a lot of the utterances are single word greetings like hi, okay, yes, sure. After 3 months, there's a shift. By 7 months, the topics tend to be more evenly divided between the child's internal experiences and objects or events immediately surrounding the environment. And after 7 months, there's a steady increase in the proportion of mother's utterances immediately present objects and people, or stuff that has recently been completed. Between 11 and 24 months, more than 3/4 of a mother's talk are about toys and objects, which are actually being manipulated by either the child or the mother. And there's a tendency for the mother's utterances to be based on what the child is talking about. And this correlates positively with the child's progress in acquiring a number of language features. So you focus on what's interesting to the child. So the content that gets talked about is stuff that is interesting to the child and engaging to the child. So a child's very early language acquisition lies in situations where immediate focus of attention is encoded linguistically in the adult's utterances. And this provides syntactic and semantic information within the conversational frame of a child's interest. So the takeaway message here is that you talk about what a child is focused upon or interested in, or attract a child's attention to something and then talk about it. In regards to phonology, what does Motherese sound like? Well, Motherese tends to have a higher overall pitch, with more varied intonational contours, a slower pace, more rhythmic prosody, longer pauses between utterances, and clearer enunciation. There's a phonological simplification. There's reduplication, referring to a child's father as da-da or bottle as ba-ba. Lengthened vowels like a prolonged hi. At 2 to 4 months, phonological changes take place. This is a time of more intense face-to-face playful interactions, and the mother is busy trying to keep the infant alert and interested and happy. So she'll use speech features that are most likely to hold the child's attention, with a greater range of intonational contours, higher overall pitch, greater terminal and transition pitch contrasts. The mother's role shifts to facilitating those of the interests and abilities of the infant as the infant begins to explore more objects. By 2 years of age, the mother's prosodic features are still significantly different from adult speech. There's this continuing need to keep the child's attention and or to cue the child that they're being addressed. Maternal pausing between sequential utterances is greatest at birth, but declines a lot by 2 years. There's a need for longer invitational pauses that decrease as the rules are more established. So the takeaway message: Motherese has a great range of intonational contours, relatively long pauses after adult utterances, probably to catch the child's attention and cue them in that they're being addressed. In regards to semantics and syntax, what about complexity? So compared to adult talk, Motherese is generally shorter in length. And there are a restricted number of sentence types. There's simplification in semantics, so fewer semantic relations are expressed in each utterance. There's a simplification of the syntax. There are fewer subordinate and coordinate clauses, fewer transformations, embedding, conjoining, and functional words. The takeaway message You talk to very young children from birth to 2 years in short, simple phrases about 2 or 3 words in length. And the adult's length, their utterances should increase in length as the child's linguistic complexity increases, staying slightly ahead of a child's abilities.